Grade 11 students. So for the English for academic and professional purposes, we have lesson number 4, which is the various techniques in summarizing a variety of academic text. So, ginagawa nyo to madalas kasi kapag malapit na yung exam ninyo, mag-midterm exam na kayo or kahit na anumang exam, ang ginagawa nyo is to summarize your lesson. So, paano nyo ba yun ginagawa? Okay, so let's see. So, what is summarizing? According to Buckley 2004, in her popular writing text Fit to Print, summarizing is reducing text to 1/3 or 1/4 its original size, clearly articulating the author's meaning and retaining main ideas. So, ito yung meaning ng summarizing, wherein kung 2 pages yung original size niya, and then, kapag sinabing summarize, of course, mas mapapaikli ito. And then, ang kinukuha natin is yung main idea or yung meaning ng bawat word or yung mga mahalaga or yung important dun sa text na yon. Okay? So, yun yung summarizing. So, according to Diane Hacker 2008, in a Canadian writer's reference, explains that summarizing involves stating a work's thesis and main ideas or simply, briefly, and accurately. So, according to her, yung summarizing ay simply or kumbaga brief lang, brief explanation na dapat ay accurate, concise, concrete. Dapat lahat ng ideas or main points ay dapat makuha natin kapag tayo ay nag-summarize. So next, we have from dictionaries. It is defined as taking a lot of information and creating a condensed version that covers the main points and to express the most important facts or ideas about something or someone in a short and clear form. So, ito naman ay for dictionaries. So, kinukuha natin yung lahat or a lot of information, and then dapat yung it covers the main points and facts, yung mga totoo at yung mahalaga. Bagay man to or tao man yung ating pinatutungkulan. At dapat clear lahat ng ideas. So, we have different various techniques in summarizing a variety of academic texts. So, first is read the work first to understand the author's intent. This is a crucial step because an incompetent reading could lead to an inaccurate summary. So, meron tayong note, an inaccurate summary is plagiarism. So, ito yung madalas na pinagagawa sa atin ng teacher natin na all we have to do is to read the work first at kung ano yung ating mga naintindihan, iyon yung ating isusulat. Kumbaga, iyon yung ating magiging summary. Pero, kung medyo mahirap to, kasi kailangan hindi lang isang beses mo siya babasahin, kailangan paulit-ulit para makuha mo yung main point or yung author's intent, yung nagsulat, kung ano ba talaga yung gusto niyang iparating sa atin. So, dapat hindi lang tayo basta isang beses lang natin siya babasahin, kundi pwede nating paulit-ulit. And then, kung ano yung ating naintindihan at naunawaan, iyon yung ating magiging summary. So, an inaccurate summary is plagiarism. So, pag sinabing plagiarism, pangungopya, kinapi mo lang, and then, kung ano yung sinabi, gagayahin mo lang. So, hindi pa pwede yon. Okay? So, number 2, one of the summarization techniques you can do is to present information through facts, skills, and concept in visual formats. You can provide the cause and effects charts, timelines, and Venn diagrams. Templates for outlines, use flowcharts or infographics. So, sa pag-summarize, hindi lang tayo basta nagsusulat. Pwede tayong gumamit ng mga different tools or yung chart, yung mga outlines na yan, para mas mapadali nating maintindihan, or yung kung sino man yung magbabasa, mas madali nilang maintindihan yung ating summarization. For example, merong isang storya, who are the characters of the story? So, ilalagay mo muna characters sa itaas, then under niya is sino-sino yung mga tauhan, and then sa kabilang line naman, ano yung mga settings na ginamit, and then sa third is yung climax, yung conflicts, then yung value. So, at least, isang tinginan lang, alam natin na summary siya ng isang story. Okay. So, okay yon. Isang way yon sa pagsa-summarize. Number 3 is to avoid difficulty. You need first to know the main points and the supporting details. You can exclude any illustrations, examples, or explanations. You need first to know the main points. Ano ba yung main points nung ating binabasa? Ano ba yung mga supporting details niya? So, pwede tayong mag-jot down notes. So, sa pamamagitan na yun, way of summarizing na siya ng isang text. Okay, number 4. You need to analyze the text to save time in thinking what you will do. So, dito, while you are reading the text, ina-analyze mo siya, pwede ka na mag-note, ino-note mo na yung mga mahalagang details while reading. So, ayan siya. Para less time, hindi tayo pabalik-balik dun sa ating binabasa. Then, we have number 5. Think what information you will put in your summary. Be sure to cover the main points and arguments of the document. So, think what information you will put in your summary. Okay, so, bago nyo totally isulat yung inyong summary, basahin nyo muna ulit. Isipin nyo muna kung ano ba, tama ba yung information. Baka mamaya nalalayo na yung ating mga binibigay na information dun sa mismong text na binasa natin. So, be sure to cover the main points and arguments of the document. Number 6. One of the best things to do in auto-summarizing is restating the words into different one. You should avoid using the original words of the author. Instead, use your own vocabulary, but be sure to retain the information. So, meron tayong tinatawag na synonyms and antonyms, wherein maraming words ang pwede natin gamitin dun sa ating mababasa. If that word is very difficult to understand, so pwede natin siyang ibahin, pwede natin siyang baguhin. So, if your word is pretty, you can use the word beautiful. So, something like that. Okay? Pwede yun. At least, tayo mismo yung gumawa or tayo mismo yung nag-create ng ating summarization. So, we have number 7. You will fully understand what the document is when you organize all ideas. Okay, again, you will fully understand what the document is when you organize all ideas. So, mas maintindihan natin kung naka-organize yung ating mga ideas, may arrangement, meron siyang step by step at may level. So, kung nakaganyan yung inyong text, mas madali natin siyang maintindihan. Number 8. One of the things you can do is to write down all information in a coherent and precise form. Keep in mind that a summary is condensed version of the original paper, so avoid making it long. So, hindi kayo nag-summarize para isulat nyo pa rin lahat ng nasa books or kung anumang text yan. Ang pagsa-summarize ay hindi kailangan ng isang mahaba. Hindi kailangan na kopyahin din yung original. No, kapag sinabing summarize, all you have to do is to write down all the information na dapat ay coherent at yung precise form. And then we have number 9. You can also decide to represent information through using dimensional constructions in representing concepts, skills, or facts. So, you can also decide. Nasa sa'yo yun. Depende sa iyo kung paanong summarize ang gagawin mo. Pero, dapat nagre-represent yon yung summarization ng, of course, meron siyang concepts, yung facts, ayan. So, number 10 is paraphrasing is one of the skills you can do in writing a summary. With it, do not use the same words with the author. So, kapag sinabing paraphrasing, may iniiba ka, inaayos mo in your own version yung words na yun or yung sentences na yun. Ang tawag doon is paraphrasing. So, skills yon sa pagsulat ng isang summary kasi nababago mo yung sentences but the thought is the same. So, with the tips above, you will no longer worry whenever you need to summarize because it is your one-stop solution to having a fantastic summary that offer nice details to readers. So, follow the tips and you will not make mistakes. So, akala nyo ba ganun lang kadaling mag-summarize? So, dapat meron tayong mga aspects na dapat sundin para mas concrete, mas facts yung ating binabasa. Okay, so we have another 5 easy techniques in summarizing various academic texts. So, ano ba yung 5 easy techniques? So, we have technique 1, somebody wanted but so then. Somebody wanted but so then is an excellent summarizing strategy for stories. Each word represents a key question related to the story's essential elements. So, somebody, who is the story about? So, wanted, what does the main character want? But, identify a problem that the main character encountered. So, how does the main character solve the problem? And then tell how the story ends. So, ito yung mga usual na pwede natin gamitin for the summarization, which is the technique 1. Yung somebody wanted, but, so, and then. Okay. Sa ganito kasi, mas naipapakita natin na tayo mismo yung nag-summary mismo ng isang text. So, here is an example of this strategy in action. Somebody, so Little Red Riding Hood. So, wanted, she wanted to take cookies to her sick grandmother. But, she encountered a wolf pretending to be her grandmother. So, she ran away crying for help. Then, a woodsman heard her and saved her from the wolf. So, we have technique number 2, which is the SAAC method. So, the SAAC method is another useful technique for summarizing any kind of text. Ano po yun? S for the story, A for the article, ano yun? S, story, article, speech, and etc. So, SAAC is an acronym for state, assign, action, and complete. So, each word in the acronym refers to a specific element that should be included in the summary. So, for the state, name of the article, book, or the story. So, assign the name of the author. Action for the author is doing, examples, tells, or explains. Complete the sentence or summary with keywords and important details. So, we have technique number 1, which is the somebody wanted but so then. And for the technique number 2, we have the SAAC, state, assign, action, and complete. So, this method is particularly helpful for students who are learning the format of a summary and need reminders to include the title and author's name. So, however, SAAC does not include clear guidance about which details to include, which some students might find tricky. So if you use SAAC with your students, remind them of the types of details that belong in a summary before instructing them to work independently. So we have technique number 3, the 5 W's. 1H. So the 5 W's and 1H strategy relies on 6 crucial questions. Ito yung very familiar sa inyo. Ito yung usual na ginagamit natin when it comes to questioning. So who, what, when, where, why, and how. So these questions make it easy to identify the main character, the main detail, the important details, and the main idea. So for the who is the story about? What did they do? When did the action take place? Where did the story happen? Why did the main character do what he or she did? And then how did the main character do what he or she did? So in technique number 3, mas mapapadali yung ating pagsasamary. Kasi kumbaga sa birthday mo, and then mag-i-invite ka ng friends mo, and then you have your invitation na ibibigay mo sa kanila. So for the summary is sino yung may birthday, saan gaganapin, kailan gaganapin, ayan. So anong oras, so ganun siya. Kumbaga for the summary, so ginagamit din natin siya. And then we have technique number 4, first, then, finally. The first, then, and finally technique helps students summarize events in chronological order. So, ito yung may pagkakasunod-sunod. So, the 3 words represent the beginning, main action, and conclusion of a story, respectively. So, for the first, what happened first, include the main character and main event or action. And then after first, we have then what key details took place during the event or action. And then the last is the word finally. What were the results of the event or the action? So, itong words na to, itong 3 words na to, pwede natin siya magamit, itong technique number 4, para mas madali yung ating pag-summarize. Ano yung nangyari? After nung unang nangyari, ano yung sumunod, and then ano yung result, ano yung last. Okay. So here is an example using Goldilocks and the 3 bears. So first, Goldilocks entered the bears' home while they were gone. Then she ate their food, sat in their chairs, and slept in their beds. So finally, she woke up to find the bears watching her. So she jumped up and ran away. So very short, pero nandun yung thought using the technique number 4. And then the last, we have the technique number 5. Give me the gist when someone asks for the gist of a story. They want to know what the story is about. In other words, they want a summary, not a retelling of every detail, or yung uulitin natin from the start yung ating sinasabi or yung ating binasa. So, to introduce the gist method, explain that summarizing is just like giving a friend the gist of a story, and have your students tell each other about their favorite books or movies in 15 seconds or less. You can use the gist method as a fun, quick way to practice summarizing on a regular basis. So when summarizing is useful in many types of writing and at different points in the writing process. So summarizing is used to support an argument, provide context for a paper's thesis, write literature reviews, and annotate a bibliography. Bibliography, yung buhay naman nung tao na pinag-uusapan. Then the benefit of summarizing lies in show the big picture, which allows the reader to contextualize what you are saying. So, mahalaga ang, lalo sa elementary, yung pagsasammarize ng isang kwento, dapat concise. So, in addition, to have the advantages of summarizing for the reader, As a writer, you gain a better sense of where you are going with your writing, which parts need elaboration, and whether you have comprehended the information you have collected. So, ayan. So, I hope you really understand the meaning of summarizing. Kasi, hindi man kayo magsusulat or mag-e-echo man kayo or magbabahagi man kayo ng inyong napag-aralan, of course, summary is very important. Yun yung mismong gagawin ninyo. Wherein, merong isang short story, meron kayong binasa, and then, sabi ng friend nyo, ikwento mo nga sa akin. So, hindi lahat ng details ay pwede mo ikwento. Which is, ang kailangan mo is to summarize those story na pwede mo ibigay sa kanila. So, mahalaga yung pag-summarize. So, magbibigay ako ng activity. It's a very long story. And then, ibibigay ko yung copy nun. And then, all you have to do is to write your own version or your own summarization of that particular story. Okay? So, thank you and God bless you.